Would you like to live a more awesome life? Join hypnotist Jim Kellner as he explores tips, tricks, and strategies to help you and he live a more awesome life right now on Exploring Awesome.
Well, hey, everybody. I've been muted the whole time. Can everyone hear me? Man, this is super frustrating. Stream, and we're back. Can you hear me now? Sean, if you're listening, can you hear me now? I don't know. Oh, no, actually, it looks like you can hear me. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Everything's all mixed up. I got confused because Anthony had to leave and everything's going on. Okay. So, okay, good. Stacy says she can hear. So, again, we're having a conference. We're having a conference. We have coordinated a conference for the Pacific Northwest. That's right. We're having the conference. If you're only seeing the green screen, I don't know why that is. I apologize. You should be seeing at least me on the screen, and I Anthony had to leave, so he'll be back. But you should at least be seeing me. So the important stuff, though, is whether you can see me, whether you can hear me, please help us. We need a name. Now, some of the names that we've come up with are something like the Pacific Northwest or the Pacific Northwest Regional Hypnosis Conference or Hypno Conference. Just the region, the Northwest Hypno Regional Conference, these kind of things. We'll codify that. We'll give you the short list, and you can. We're going to put out a survey for that. But anyway, so we've coordinated this. Now get your calendars ready because here it is. It's over a year away, so you've got plenty of time to pack. All right. So it's October 14th and 15th. October 14th and 15th. 2023. That's right. You've got a whole year to get your to pack your bags. Now, I don't know. Some of you are saying that you're seeing just a green screen. I just checked on Facebook and it seems to be playing there okay. Maybe there's a problem with YouTube. We will put out another video about this. This one's been just a crazy, crazy process. But look, I want you here, especially if you're in the Northwest. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, we want you. Again, I just want to reiterate this. I want to, yes, Stacy asks the Hypno West. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's a great name, Mark. Thank you. Hypno West. So again, I know some of you are seeing green screen. When I just looked on Facebook, I could see me. So I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I hope you can hear me. We'll put another video. The important thing is the dates are 2023, October 14th and 15th. Look, I want everyone here. I want every hypnotist in the world to come here. But we really are focused on the Pacific Northwest. We wanted to have the first ever drive to hypnosis conference in the Pacific Northwest. So as far as I know, we are the first. I don't know, maybe not. And we all want you to be stakeholders. We want you to be part of this, especially if you're in the Northwest. So when we're talking about the Northwest, we're talking about Vancouver, or we're talking about, Vancouver, BC. So some of my friends up there, we want them here. We're also talking about Western Washington or Eastern Washington. We're talking about Idaho. We're talking about, Oregon. We definitely want Oregon here. So again, we want everybody from across the world to show up. We want them all to be here. But we really, really want people from the Northwest to participate. We are going to open up registration on the 14th and 15th. We're going to open it up on the 14th of October this year. So you'll have a whole year, again, to pack your bags. It's going to be so inexpensive. I mean, it's going to, like for the price of a cup of coffee, basically. Well, a really big cup of coffee. Okay, maybe 20 big cups of coffee, but it's going to be really inexpensive because we want to serve those folks that don't necessarily get to other conferences. You know, we've got Hypno Thoughts. I love Hypno Thoughts. Anthony loves Hypno Thoughts. But I know there are people here in the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest, that for whatever reason, they don't get down there. Maybe they can't afford it. Maybe they, their spouse can't come with them and they're not comfortable going by themselves, or you can't take the time off, whatever. We wanted to create something where you could literally drive to this conference. We're talking to some hotels about maybe getting some kind of a rate. So if you want to come in a day early, save yourself, having to get up super early on that Saturday morning. But really, you could drive here. We're going to be looking for presenters. Anthony is back. Let's show Anthony.
Hold on.
He's still doing stuff. So we really, again, we want the Northwest. We're going to, within just a couple of weeks, we're opening up registration. We'll be looking for presenters, looking for volunteers. Did you get everything squared away with the phone, Anthony?
No, I gave it to Mike so he can try to get it worked out. So I hope that it gets hooked up. I can't see anything but a green screen if that's normal, Jim.
That's weird because other people are telling me that. But then when I looked on my Facebook, it looked like I could see me. So I don't know what's going on. I told everybody we're going to do another video. We'll pre-record a video, so it'll be a little bit nicer. But I tried to stall as long as I could, man. But I had to tell them. So what do you have to add, or you just want to kind of reiterate because you don't even know what I talked about?
Yeah, I don't even know what you talked about. I was on phone. You were on mute. Sorry.
Yeah. So basically, we got the date out of the way.
Okay.
We've actually had a few good names. Oh, that's what we needed from you. I couldn't remember the names that we had come up with, but we're actually getting some really good names. Sean and Mark have given us some really good names. What are the names that we had kind of already picked out?
The names that we've got kind of picked out at this point is the Northwest Regional Hypnosis Conference and the Pacific Northwest Hypno Conference and the Evergreen Hypnosis Conference.
Great names. So, what I'm thinking, and we're just kind of doing this off the fly. We haven't really talked about this, but, we're going to put together a survey and we'll run some surveys on Facebook and stuff with those choices. And if we see some really good ones over here in the comments, I think we should add those too. What do you think, Anthony?
Absolutely. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Great. So we'll add those names, and then you all get to vote because, again, what I'm really letting people know about, Anthony, I just talked about the fact that we love HypnoThoughts, we love Mid-America, we love a Heartland and Michigan conference. But you just remind everybody, why are we doing this conference, Anthony?
Because we don't have anything here in the Pacific Northwest that focuses on all the amazing hypnosis people that we have here. I mean, we're loaded with them in Seattle. They're great ones down in Portland, up in Vancouver, in Idaho, and we need to celebrate what we do here.
Absolutely. And, we're trying to serve folks that I still think you should go to at least another conference. I mean, HypnoThoughts is the biggest one in the world. Even if you go to those, but really what we're really looking for are those folks that are living here in the Northwest, in those states, that just can't get to those other conferences for whatever reason.
Right. And because it's going to be at a great location. It's going to be low key. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've been, and it's like Jim, been teaching at HypnoThoughts for years and the ICBCH conferences. And, I just don't want to go to Florida anymore, do anything like that. And so we're going to celebrate what we have to offer.
Well, I still may go to Florida from time to time, but
once Ron DeSantis is gone, maybe I'll go to Florida. I don't know. We'll see.
But I definitely want something here because, and I don't know, it's funny because I had thought about this, and then Anthony just out of the blue one day kind of brought it up to me. I was like, oh my God, I was thinking about that too. And I don't know what sparked your interest, but I just want to tell a quick story about how I kind of was inspired for this. I went to a local NGH meeting, and I was talking about HypnoThoughts there because I just gone. I think it might have been my first one or something. And one of the women afterwards, she said to me, she goes, I would love to go to these conferences, but my husband can't come with me, and I don't really feel comfortable going out of town alone. And it was at that moment I said, we need something for other folks as well. And it looks like Anthony may have to take the phone call.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn my new iPhone off.
Oh, okay. And so
okay. I got it turned off, Mike. Hold on. Go ahead, Jim. I apologize.
No problem. And so that was my story. But then I wasn't really doing it. I was still it was rolling around in my head. And it seemed like just a short time afterwards, Anthony's like, hey, I want to do a conference. What do you think? And so what kind of sparked your interest in doing that, Anthony?
The fact that I wanted to do it simply because I wanted something here in the Pacific Northwest. I want us to be more on the map. I want people in these regions to understand the benefits of hypnosis. I want people that are the professionals. I want them succeeding in a lot greater volume than what I experience right now with the people that I work with and talk to. And, I was glad that Jim was interested to talk to me when we did, because I was going about it all the wrong way at first. I think it was going to cost me like $10,000. And that was a little frightening.
Yes, I understand. And we're doing this first year is going to be really scaled back, but it's going to make it a lot more intimate. And, we're all going to get a chance to hang out with each other, which I think is what's one of the kind of fun things about some of the smaller conferences. I'm wondering if you're out there right now, what's been your experience with conferences, and who's getting their tickets? Who can we count on to come to this? Let's see some hands up down there. Getting a lot of great comments here. I don't know that we have a whole lot left to cover. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I mean, I want people there. I want people sending in there. I don't know if Jim mentioned that we're going to start doing the early bird registrations or their early bird sale of the tickets on October 15th. We're going to have all that ready to go. The most important thing is I want people who are newbies, oldies in the field, anybody. We want people to submit their ideas for presenting. And the way we're going to be doing this is a minimum of 75% of the people who are going to be presenting are going to be local to the Pacific Northwest, meaning Oregon, Idaho, Vancouver, California, even we can throw that in there. But those are the folks, we want to really focus on the things that we do here in the Pacific Northwest, the way that we work, and all that. And then the other 25% will be people that are from wherever they're from. Hopefully we have Karen Han Harper, my good friend, coming in, folks like that as well. So there's going to be some good folks here. There's going to be some great material to learn and to absorb.
There really is, and I hope that's encouraging to the local folks here, because, like Anthony said, we both see this. We see amazing local talent here. They're just not being tapped. They're just not being tapped the way that they could on a national level. And so, I really see this, Anthony. I think you're on the same page, as a way to elevate people that in our area to the next level.
Yeah. It's amazing. For those of you who have never done any kind of presenting or anything like that, you need to be doing it. You need to be demonstrating your skills in front of other professionals, and it's going to elevate it, what you're doing. It's going to give you material to add to your websites and your social media. It is a great way to build your business and just to build your own confidence.
Yeah, I agree. And since I started presenting, and I love Heartland. I love all these other conferences. I mean, my heart was stolen by Hypnothoughts. I went there first, and just doing not just that conference, but the other conferences has elevated me in so many eyes in our community, but it also elevates you in the community at large with people that might want to work with you. Because here's the thing: if you're looking at someone's website, if you're going for a doctor and you see one doctor's out of town that week because they're out learning the newest techniques at a conference, at a heart surgery conference, and another one doesn't mention it, I'm probably going to choose the one that's out teaching this stuff, that's out learning more stuff. So it's so important that we all get together.
Yes, I'm looking at the comments, Jim, and I don't know what it means by Anthony failed.
I don't know either. Oh, Anthony Gailey. Well, I mean, hey, we would love to get Anthony Gailey here. That would be awesome. That might be a big ask. I don't know if he'd want to come out here or not, especially since he lives in the nice, warm Florida.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, what did I fail at? Or what haven't I failed at first? And
I was wondering too. So, there's something, this is important too. And I'm glad, look, Stacy asked this question. Anthony is going to be the volunteer coordinator. So if anybody's interested in volunteering, please email him. If you have other questions, you can email really either one of us. I'll put my email address in there too.
And, for those of you wondering some of the bigger names that we're going to try to get out here, we're going to announce that a little bit later, mostly because I've got some amazing folks in Europe that I work a lot with the European community and the Australian community. And so, I don't want to give too much away, and I don't want to spoil something that I say, oh yeah, they're going to be here. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, sorry, can't make it. So we're going to wait a little bit on that. But more importantly, like I said earlier, I really want you folks to send in your proposals. We've got, there's a limited space for the number of presenters that we're going to be accepting. And so the sooner you get those in, the sooner Jim and I can look over all of that stuff and really kind of get people scheduled in. And we're going to be setting up a Cognito form for you guys. I'll have that set up that you're going to be able to put your presentations in, your suggestions in, and that sort of thing. That should be up definitely within the next week or two. And we will we'll get everybody that message that it's there, and you can start sending that stuff in.
Yeah. And we, we have a Facebook group, sort of. It's called the old name right now. And so we'll be posting information about that. And then once we find a name, I'm guessing we'll change the name, or we'll start a new group with that, so you can all participate. I kind of like this. Was it the Emerald City Mesmerizers? There's a fun.
I kind of like that. Yeah.
That's fun. And he's not even a hypnotist, so that's funny. I know Bradley.
Right on.
So one of the things that is important, we do have some seriously big names in this area. So we've got a lot of talent to pull on just from this area.
Yep.
But I want to let you guys know too that we are doing 1 hour presentations. We're doing 2 hours, and we're also doing 3 hour presentations. So you can learn a lot in a 3 hour class.
Right. I think we've even got, don't we even have we've got 2 4 hour presentations too.
Oh, do we? Okay. Yeah.
We got 4 hour, 2 hour, and 1 hour. No 3 hour.
Oh, 4 hour.
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Got 4 hour, 2 hour, and 1 hour.
And the other cool thing I think that we should let them know about is this is actually going to be in beautiful, and I'm talking beautiful, West Seattle. It is one of the most beautiful parts of the Seattle area. We are just minutes away from Alki. So if you come into town from Spokane or Vancouver or something, you want to spend a couple extra days, I mean, Alki is just minutes away, and it's one of the most beautiful beaches anywhere, really.
Yes. And not only that, I'm going to be stopping by the local hotel, the Grosvenor's Hotel, and I'm going to be checking out to see if we can get any kind of special rates or anything like that for anybody who is going to be spending the night. But it is a smaller hotel, so I'm not real sure about that yet. I'll certainly keep people updated on that. I don't know if Jim mentioned it. We are hosting it at the historic Youngstown Center. Parking is actually halfway available. The best thing is that public transportation is amazing to the location. Right. And everybody keeps asking when this is. I thought you mentioned the dates there, Jim, but it is going to be that one. It is going to be October 14th and 15th, 2023.
Whole year to pack, people.
A whole year to get ready. We want to do this. We want to make sure that this is a really amazing conference for everybody, that everybody gets the best out of it that they can get. And so we're starting this a little bit early. We're going ahead and we're doing an early bird special for registration. And do you want me to announce what that's going to be, Jim?
Well, I already told him it's for about the price of a really huge, big, giant cup of coffee.
Well, that's about right.
So, yeah, you can tell them. Absolutely. You can tell them.
The early bird registration for this, and remember, everything is inclusive. This is not going to be one of those things where for a 4 hour one, now you got to pay more money or anything like that. I just think that is really uncool. So much like with Hypno Thoughts, everything is inclusive, but we're not paying for lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Scott says that's the most expensive thing, I think.
So the early bird special, which is going to be opened up on October 15th for payment and that sort of thing, running through the end of the year, is going to be $99 only. After that, the price is going to go up to $149, and that will go until about the 15th of September of next year. And then at the door, it's going to be $199 for people who just show up and just want to show up. Here's the other thing. We have a limited number of people that we are able to host, because we are doing it at a smaller, more low down venue. And so you're going to want to get signed up quickly, because we've only are allowing, and because of what their limit is, because of they're freaked out about COVID. I mean, it's a freaking year away, and they're like, oh my God. So the limit at this point that they're putting on us is 200 people. And that's not a lot of folks. So you need to get signed up. And if you want to get it for that great deal, I mean, that's an amazing deal, $99, people. Really amazing deal for what we're going to be having. So, keep an eye out, and we'll let you know as soon as that's available. And let's get you signed up. Come and have a great time with Jim and I.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things I like about this too, Anthony, is that and this is the same thing with the My Hypnosis conference. And I was talking with Dan Goyette about this. Is I'm one of the first. This is the first year of that conference, and what he called it was I think what he called a plank. You can type it in there, Dan, if you're still watching. A plank holder or something like this. It's from the Navy. You might know a plank.
Oh, yeah, I'm a plank holder on the USS Theodore Roosevelt. I'm a plank owner is what they're called.
Oh, plank owner. Yeah. So that first year, you're going to be a plank owner. You're going to be one of those people 10 years from now when we get up there and announce with our walkers and we go, hey, who was here at the first whatever Seattle Hypnosis or the regional hypnosis conference, and you'll be one of the people that gets to stand up.
Right. And at that point, it will be at a nice fancy hotel down near the airport. Woohoo!
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And we'll both be driving our limo or having our limos drop us off, that kind of stuff.
That's right.
Just like
maybe in his walker. I certainly will not be in my walker.
So $99. I mean, that's so freaking cheap. But we have to cut it off at 200. So if we get 200 people signing up in the first month, that's it. This is not a sales gimmick. This isn't some kind of a, you have to act now. It literally, they won't let us have any more than 200. 200 was kind of pushing it. She was kind of, they're very conservative there as far as worried about something is gone already. But anyway, 200 people. So you have to sign up immediately. When we open it up, sign up immediately.
Yeah. And I'll tell you another thing, quite frankly, and Jim, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but if we get enough interest right off the bat, there may be some upgrades that are coming.
There will be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, if we can get this thing sold out quickly, we'll make some upgrades, and I'll let people be surprised about what that is going to be. But there is going to be a swag bag. We haven't determined what all that is yet. But for presenters and people who want to be included in that, don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to get in contact with us and find out, what you want to slip in there. If you've got brochures, any of that kind of stuff, we're open to all of that, right? This is going to be an amazing event for our first one. I'm really excited about it.
I'll be honest, Anthony, I've been having trouble sleeping because all these ideas just keep running through my mind, like, stuff we can do. And I mean, it's just, I'm so excited. But like you said, if we're going to be opening up all kinds of things. We may be doing some sponsorships, raffles. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have vendor space. So if you want to be a vendor, hit us up for that.
We've got room for 8 vendors. 8 vendors
only.
Yeah.
So we will be putting all of this together, over time. The first thing we're going to get out there is registration and probably the sign up form for presenters. But then we will be looking at the vendors and things like that. So if that's something you're thinking about, please put it on your calendar and be ready. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. Because once we open up for presenters and that sort of thing, I think we're going to limit it to about we'll keep you updated, but we're going to limit it, we'll close out that by the end of December, more than likely. That way we can start letting people know who can they expect to see there and what can they expect to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited about all of that. So we'll keep you updated. And I want you to know, what's interesting, and I'll tell you this. Anthony and I are both, I don't know if you don't know us personally, we're both very approachable. We're just regular guys. We really are. And you can email us. You can call me. I don't know if you can call Anthony. He's having trouble with his phone. You can call me. You can message me. I'm happy to get your feedback if you want to say stuff. And, I've actually found that to be true of the other conference coordinators. I didn't realize that maybe at one point. I thought they were, magicians or something, because I'll be honest, it does seem like a big ordeal, but still, we're very approachable, and we want your input. We really, really want I really mean it when I say this. We really want this to be our conference, not mine and Anthony's conference, but our conference.
Right. Because at first it was my conference, and then I met Jim, and I'm like, oh my God, Jim, this is like outrageously expensive. Do you want to help?
Yeah, and then you look at and then you think like the cost is like, now that's like the secondary concern. It's all the other work that goes into it.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
it's just figuring out the schedule. I mean, Anthony's pulling out his hair. I already pulled my hair out. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, there's going to be fun. Jim and I are going to be involved in. There's actually going to be a hypnosis show
Right.
in this because we've got a theater there, and I'm going to be doing mentalism and some hypnosis, some stage hypnosis. Jim is a stage hypnotist. He's going to be doing some of that. We have got that hypnotist lady, which a lot of people from HypnoThoughts know, Mariana. She's going to be probably involved. I can't guarantee that. I haven't spoken to her yet, but I think she probably will if she's in town. And so this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Hey, sorry for the typo up there. I guess I said 15th and 15th. It's 14th and 15th, 2023. Yeah. And we haven't really figured it all out yet, but our mission really, and I think it's going to hold true for the shows too, is to help some folks get started that haven't got a whole lot of stage time, or maybe they haven't even got stage time. And how can we integrate, instead of just having like one hypnotist do a show? Could we have 2 or 3 hypnotists doing a show? Could we have 2 or 3 mentalists doing a show?
Yeah.
We've got all kinds of things rolling around in our thoughts there. So it's going to be quite a bit different than I think that you've seen at other conferences.
Yes. Mostly because Jim and I don't know what we're doing, but
yeah, exactly.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I don't do anything that isn't fun. I am one of the hostess with the mostest, which is why I'm not going to be presenting. I'm going to be making sure that, like Jim, everything is running smoothly and that everybody's having a good time and getting what they need from the conference. The biggest thing for me in life is to see people succeed. And so whether you decide to sign up as a presenter or whether you just come to the conference, get in touch with me. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that you are your best when it comes to your profession and what you do with your clients. And that is really where this all started from, is how can I help the local community, Pacific Northwest, I mean by local, and how can I help them do what it is that they do even better?
I feel the same way. In fact, my company slogan is "Your success is my success."
That's right.
And it holds true with my clients, with my students, and now with attendees and presenters at this conference. It really is. I want to help. Every time that you succeed, I succeed as well. And I think that if we all go with that kind of approach, we'll all just be more successful.
That's right. I mean, it's like, like my tagline on my company is, do more than achieve, excel, because there's no reason why we can't all excel.
Exactly.
And the more that we support each other, the more that we come together, the better off we all are. And so, like Jim said, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Yeah. I got a comment on something. Dan says he only spent $20. He must be doing really well. We've already exceeded that by about a lot. So good job, Dan. He must be using.
Great for you, Dan. Well, I mean, look at where he's at. Look at where he's at.
Yeah. I think Dan is doing some Darren Brown stuff is what he's doing, and he's in Michigan. They probably paid him $20 to have one. So.
Right.
No, he's upstate. He's upstate. He's not in Detroit. So.
Okay. All right, Dan.
No, I know Dan. I can tell Dan has spent way more than $20.
Yeah. I don't think that he would be rolling that way personally, but
I love this. Help yourself by helping others. Thank you, Mark, for that. I don't have anything more to add. Do you, Anthony?
No, I think that's everything.
Guys, I'm super, super excited. Please join us. Again, we want everybody in the world to come here, but we really, really, really want the folks from the Northwest. I want the people that have never gone to a conference. I want the people that don't get to go to conferences for this to be their conference.
Yeah, come and experience the people that you work amongst, right? I mean, we are a great group of people. As I always tell everybody, the hypnotist, if you're a hypnotist, you are the most interesting person in the room. So come and meet all of these other interesting people. Absolutely.
And I just want to remind, if you're in the Northwest or you visit the Northwest or care about the Northwest, there is a Facebook group just for that. And that's not for this conference specifically, but we do have a group, Pacific Northwest Hypnotists. So join that group. It should have an S on the end of the T. Sorry about that. Maybe it does. Nope, it doesn't. Pacific Northwest Hypnotists. Join the group. We'll keep some updates in there, and then we will, when we have a name, we'll fire up our own Facebook group for the conference.
Yep.
Thank you, Anthony.
You bet. Everybody take care. We'll talk to you later.